Boom, boom, boom. Do I have enough room to juggle? Whoa. How's it going, guys? Really big pleasure. You guys are making a fantastic choice in your day. Right midday, we were talking about how to get GME to the moon. This is a brand new shirt. Just came in the mail yesterday, so I wanted to show it off to you guys. My name is Andrew. Of course, this is Professor Meatball. He is always with me for these technical analyses. You guys are here because we are going to talk explicitly, tremendously, and make sure that we are going to stay strong. First of all, it's the message that you guys are all waiting for. Hey, are we staying strong? Are we hodling? Are we making moves for especially this most blessed of days? This is the Tuesday 2 million that we were looking for. And hey, welcome Scooter McDuder, Dave's Payne, Sneak McGee, Alejandro, Crack Rabbit. Welcome, welcome. I was just watching Matt's live stream, so I know there's a lot of overlap on that side, so thank you guys for coming in. Good morning, guys. Hope you're watching SCKT. We're going to do a lot of technical analysis, especially on stocks that you guys have questions about. So we're going to be able to dive right in. Go ahead and leave whatever kind of comments you have about what kind of stocks you wanted to talk about in the live stream. But mostly we're going to talk about what Giving Tuesday, 2 Million Tuesday is actually all about. So today, let's jump right over here for a hot second. This is on the AMC stock. What is all these tweets about Tuesday 2 million? I'm worried this will be a quick pump and dump. I'm holding till we squeeze, and I hope everyone plans to do the same. Forget selling it at $10. I'm in it for $100 plus. Diamond Ape hands or die. Even without the squeeze, this is a great term for the long term. And actually, if you guys were curious about what this shirt looks like in white, this is my roommate, best friend. This is Hector. He is wearing the same shirt. We're twinning right here. If you guys want to get your shirt, I'm gonna leave that link right in the description. And he's gonna have to go off to his meeting, his day job. We all have a day job, right? Well, I'm assuming. We have, let me just see a couple of you shouting out. Joe says, I'm making a fantastic choice. Correct. Alejandro, good morning. I was waiting for this. Ben says, my man, good morning. You see the insane ETF XRT coming out on RGME? I'm going to have to read that. For sure, I'm going to have to read that. Meatball Game Rise Up, says Joe. Alejandro Tamayo. Hey, I mentioned SOS a few days ago. Take a look again. Let's take a look. Let's make sure that we do a good analysis on SOS. Good morning, Abelardo says, Andrew and Professor Meatball, thank you for your dedication to your channel. Of course, I'm feeling a little bit sick this morning. Wasn't sure if I wanted to actually live stream. I wasn't sure if I was going to give you guys 110%, but here we are. We're giving it to you guys. I'm going to flash this around. Of course, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but most importantly, you guys know that every single one of my videos is just my opinion or reading some technical analyses that someone else has created. So Alexa says, SEC FTD report out, Jamie and XRT. Please look up and analyze. Of course, let's add that to the backlog. I should start like a whiteboard back here. You know, I should put up exactly what you guys are requesting. Bought another 39 shares this day was paying at 584. This is what Giving Tuesday is all about. Let's go back and look at AMC first for our first round of technical analysis. So what I have pulled up right here is WeBull. WeBull is a completely free stock trading application. It had been caught up with a lot of the broker drama with Robinhood, but it is essentially one of the best places to keep your money. I'm slowly moving all of my stonk money into Webull from Robinhood, and if you guys are curious about whether or not you should also look into Bitcoin, about to burst 50,000 today, then that's something that we want to be able to use BlockFi for. So I'm going to take a second to make sure that you guys have that right here. Join the Meatball Army and get your $250 in Bitcoin while you still can. All right, Evan Daka says, I feel like 2 Million Tuesday was BS and I fell for it. Let's make sure that we are only talking about the real S, not the BS here. Ben says, boy, get that AMC out of here. This is there's only one GME. Well, that's not a bad point. I'm going to go ahead and add some GameStop to that equation. Hashtag 2 million Tuesday. Let's see. WeBull sold my friend's GME shares and locked him out. Right, I remember that, Alejandro. But we take our wins whenever we can. We take our tendies whenever we can. Devash says, Alexa says, sorry, good morning, on a coffee high. Whoa, show me those, show me how fast you can type then. Go ahead and get the comments section rolling. Devash says, or his name is also Sambadan Lapchan. I will also, it's a free service to butcher your name on this channel. It's crazy. I just bought $40 call options at about 88 contacts and ends on March 19th. I now have lots of doubts. Amber says, how do you move stonks from Robinhood? I'm planning on making a whole video about that tutorial, but essentially you have to say, I want to pull out of Robinhood and just without selling or doing anything that would have tax implications from your portfolio, move that into WeBull, and WeBull has a couple of instructional articles that I can link you guys in just a second. Morning says, live to eat. Good morning. Tingle Goblin says, Ayo, did you hear about XRT shorting? We got to make sure we talk about XRT. I know you guys are curious about exactly what is happening with XRT, so we are going to cover that in just a hop, skip, and a jump. But first, I want to make sure that we're doing some chart analysis for AMC. As we have here, we have the daily view. I'm going to also go, that's going to give us a bit of a macro view, especially since the volatility of the stock is pretty high. Look at those candles moving in the downward spiral. Not a really good looking chart at the moment, but we still are holding those diamond hands for a reason. If we go down to a microscopic level, we can also look at the 1 minute analysis right here. What we have in the purple is the exponential MA, and we can also start looking into that as well. It gives us a bit of a trend line for the last 200 days. Let's see, I'm making sure that I'm not missing any comments. AGT Siege, says John Van. That's something that we can also talk about in just a hot second. So one of the things that I want to be able to specifically mention is that we are looking for a nice meaty candle in the upward direction here. Now, one of the things that we have to note is that the graph right below in blue is the relative strength index RSI. Tell us about the bullish and bearish momentum that a stock has, and anything above 70 is going to be overbought, and anything below 30 is going to be oversold. And one of the things that we realized a little earlier in the day was that 2 million Tuesday hashtag blew AMC upwards. You see that momentum going up. Is the RSI went all the way up to 91. So that is going to be highly overbought. One of the consequences of that was that it slowly starts to trickle all the way back down into where it was before that 2 million Tuesday hashtag really took the hold of everyone. So totally the breakout here was at $5 here. If we do a little bit of tracing here, come all the way up to 6. So then when we come back down, so that's around 9%, coming back down from 556 all the way up to 6, and then back down again. That's one of the tricky parts of riding waves, and how this Redditor was right to be concerned about 2 million Tuesday. But we haven't really finished this. This salmon from hell also a day ago said, suppose that you're a hedge fund, you don't like all this nonsense that the apes are bringing to your play on AMC, you really like them gone as they have become a threat, adding volatility to your play. Then you get an idea. Hey, you know what we could do? What if we start a Twitter thing that they all believe use their tactics against them? All the hedge fund have a hearty laugh, knowing that trending tweet resonates with the apes, and they might accomplish 2 things. 1, shake off some paper hands. Some apes are suffering from a couple of weeks of sideways trading. They bought at $10+. They've lost 40 to 50% and are just looking to break even at this point or sell for a small gain. I just wish we could sick the SEC on them for market manipulation, says the newest man in the firm, playing a game of biscuit in the corner. But how can we make a case when there's literally millions of anonymous users who like the stock? Oh, you noob, said the supreme Uber hedge fund. If we can show that there's a well-defined example of Twitter users hatching a pump and dump plan, then we can use that example to make our case to the government. Plus, Twitter makes them less anonymous, and we'll have to have some apes to go after. It's perfect. Don't know if this is actually what's happening, but like I said, it's my tinfoil hat theory. I'm not worried about Tuesday, Wednesday because I truly like the stock and I ain't going anywhere for a while. I can confirm hedge funds are naughty boys. So it does seem like we are closing in about 3 hours from when the market is going to close. This Tuesday doesn't seem like it's going to be that exponential in terms of the growth. Let us see. We have more We have more comments. One from Sage Vicente. Good morning. How's it going? Locke says, just came here. What are the predictions for GME with the shorts on EFTs, which include GME? Well, let's look at GME as well. My mic is a bit quiet today. Oh, yeah, that's right. There we go. There we go. Thank you. That should be better. Let me make sure that my my sound is okay, actually. Is there a wind? That sounds good to me. Okay, let me know if the volume is better there. I was turning it down because I was screaming during Dungeons and Dragons last night for where I stream on Twitch. If you guys want to catch me on Twitch talking about non-stocks, that is also the same. Andrew Mo Money. Also, I'm still looking to make sure that you guys are following me on Instagram as well. That's a great way to contact me directly. So I'm about to push through the 1,000 marks. So I really appreciate that. You're a very handsome man. Thanks, Jeff Harmon. And Harry says hello to you and Meatball. What's up, Harry? And another Harry, the Harry Hart, says, oh, thank you. Volume is up. That's what we like to hear. Thank you guys for. I'm all alone in this empty void, so unless you guys speak up, I won't know anything about it. To those of you that just showed up, GME to the moon. Let us talk about GME as well. So we're going to do a little bit of that same analysis. Let's see if GameStop has actually caught it. Has it been caught in the wave of the Tuesday movement? Mostly that was for AMC, but if we go out into the macro scale, big candles here. We are noticing that there is a lot of RSI movement here. If you guys are, I just did a very simple breakdown of RSI, but is generally looking at in January when the peak of the semi-squeeze, the mini squeeze that was about to occur. When that happened, the RSI was way above in 90s, close to what happened earlier today for Tuesday. 2 million Tuesday, and when it got to that point, stock was mighty overbought. And when that happened, we had a bit of a fall down. And if people like me who decided to buy in around 250 plus, we are holding the bags for the long term. This is a lifelong stock for GME, in my humble opinion. Going a little more granular, and we can see, whoa. We can see that this is something that has been trading sideways for a long time. If we do have another strong rise, that's something like that happened a week ago on the 5th, if we see a couple of these green candles go up, we could be able to start breaking out of the sideways momentum. As of right now, it is still trading at around the low 50s, peaking downward into the high 40s. That's something that doesn't make apes feel too good about future tendencies or the fact that a squeeze is in the near short term. However, be mindful that when the FINRA report came out, this high 78% float percentage is good for us, good for apes to continue having hope. And if you came here for your daily dose of hopium with GME, that is what we are doing. Let's talk about Sundial. So we have GDK talking about, let's talk about Sundial. I was just looking at Trader Trey's analysis a couple of days ago before the rise. He says, do not try to chase a runaway stock, that was probably a good play on his behalf, because as we see from the RSI, it was trading above 70, overbought stock for a long period of time. When it started dipping below, it was a kind of like a mini, like, hey, are we going actually all the way down? And now it is trading all the way, but far below its original breakout. So I would say that the breakout was, well, I need to draw. So the original breakout was here at $1.18 when it was able to rise all the way up to $3.13, moving on down to $2.71, and then that final bearish momentum that is the RSI is indicating brought it all the way back down into the $2 range. Now that right now, if we go into a more of a micro scale, we can see that this is trading sideways for the time being, but we are not seeing lower lows and higher highs, right? One of the things that we want to be able to see for that, for gaining enough volume transactions and enough momentum back and forth, would be if the stock is actually going to make a move in either direction. As of right now, we do not see that, and that's something that would be a likely cause if you do have sundial to continue holding, and if you are looking to hold this for the long term, understand that policy is going to be a big part of whether or not this stock performs continuously into the end of the fiscal year, if you wanted to hold it for that long. Remember that with Joe Biden's administration, a lot of these cannabis stocks are actually going to be good holds for the long term, if that's what you are concerned about. I'm missing out on a couple of the questions that we have here. Sounds like fan noise. I'm going to turn off that fan. I want to come back. All right. Fan off. Oh boy, Jamie is fighting today, bro. Yes, we are. Good evening, says Beeslick. What's up? How's it going? Eric Vaught. Hedgies hiding shorts in ETFs for GME. This is important. Yes, sir. And let's cover it now. I'm trying to find a good article. Maybe actually it's going to be here in GameStop. Let's go to news. Big players in GameStop saga will face Congress this week. Oh, interesting. Market lessons from a year of pandemic. Mr. Musk, will you trade for me? It wants to go up. What's with GME now? I'm hearing about ETFs. So if I can find that juicy good GME XRT ETFs. XRT is the tip of the hidden GME short iceberg. All right, so someone has done pretty good DD on WallStreetBets new. This is where a lot of the apes have congregated after the old moderators came back and kind of messed up WallStreetBets as it currently stands. I did some digging after the revelation that XRT is being supremely shorted in an effort to carry the true short interest of GME. So let's dive into what I found. First, XRT has around 1 million shares of GME in ETF. So if we look at the total amount of short shares at 180% of short interest, that's around 1.8 million shares short. Big number, but just the tip. Sorry, I got distracted. So this got me thinking, what other ETFs have shares of GME that could be used in a similar way? What I found demonstrated that that isn't a huge number compared to the ocean, but rather the highest percentage of shares to value. There are two larger stocks that we can look into, IJR and IWM. Second, now let's dive into those ETFs. IJR has around 9 million shares short right now, which when looking at short interest as a percentage of float is 9 million divided by blah, 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 or about 5%, which is quite low. However, this is incredibly misleading as GME is just a small volume of the total and it is delayed number. However, I stumbled upon another eye-opener. What happened to the short volume over the last 3 days? It jumped from 17% to 37%, which is crazy. Let's look at that actually. So this looks like the actual live site, 17% to 37%. No, thank you. So Fintel, these are official reports. What we have here is, oh, I see. I need to have a subscription with Fintel in order to see. Oh, here, no, it's right there. So 17% here on the 9th, and then it jumps to 37%, and then it's rising even higher to 45% on the 12th. So this is real market data that is coming out. What else happened during that time? GME short volume crashed from increasing daily to 25% to 18% on the exact same day. Okay, let's look at that. 25% to 18%. Yeah, this is not a tinfoil hat theory. This is just real data of a GME short volume interest falling in this Fintel report, and the inverse happening over here with IJR. Short volume isn't short interest, but there's a correlation, and that big of a jump happening in both at the same time is a huge red flag. I suspect that short interest in IJR has skyrocketed in the last few days, and the low short interest, like the video if you are dyslexic. Lol, I am. That's good. Yeah, make sure you guys like this video. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. That's the only thing that I'm requesting, other than checking out a couple of the links that I've pinned down right here in the live chat or in the description as well. Sure, short volume. Let's see. Third, let's look at the second biggest by total shares, IWM. IWM has a 94 million shares shorted as a percentage of total shares, which are 293 million. That is around 35%. But wait, IWM has also more shares owned by institutions than exist, so that number has got to be much bigger in reality than the numbers available are telling us. This ETF is insanely shorted, as well as 1.64 million shares of GME. There are around 10 million shares that are currently in ETFs for GME. This accounts for just over half, so I didn't bother looking at the rest. Fourth, institutions own 4x the number of shares that exist of XRT. So that is just adding to the insanity of that ETF. I like how all of these sources are directly to Fintel, which means there's no conjecture. This is just real data right here. If we can do a quick, too long didn't read, XRT is super shorted, but there are other ETFs with suspect behavior. IWM with a crazy short position and lower percentage of GME. IJT had crazy short volume spike at the exact same time that the GME short volume plummeted. I am not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Thank you, man. Well, this was really great, DD, in terms of what is happening. In fact, I'm going to probably dedicate an entire video to this situation, because if they are truly hiding, that gives us a great fodder to try and see if this can become one of the triggers of a larger catalyst. That's what I came here, says Sanguine. Hopium. Yes, we are here. Because like either we win it big or take that GME to our graves. I wouldn't be passing around that GME as if it was granddaddy's prized possession. We are not going to forget. We are not going to forgive. RKT and GAMR, says Eric Vaught, both blew up with SI after GME dropped. Strange. Or perhaps illegal activity, because as of right now, the SEC is just up to their neck with this suspicious behavior that even the detective apes, we Sherlock apes are finding pretty easily, as it turns out. Don't forget SOS. Oh, I won't. Oh, I am not going to forget. If Amazon buys AMC, could that trigger a squeeze? Amazon buying AMC was something that I covered in the last live stream, but we can definitely circle around that again. Charles Antonio says, hey Andrew, what are your thoughts about AQMS? Just received an agreement today with lithium ion recycler. Let's start there. Let's start taking requests for what you guys want to look at. Aqua Metals. Come on, WeBull. Take me there. Aqua Metals reaches new agreement with lithium-ion battery recycler. No, that is correct. Aqua Metals is reinventing lead recycling with its aqua refining technology. Announced that it has reached an agreement to lease with additional purchase deposits to buy its McCarran, Nevada plant, 136,000 square foot facility located on 11.5 acres. This non-core asset disposition was driven by the company's accelerated focus on its capital-light equipment supply and licensing strategy. The agreement was reached with an entity focused on sustainable lithium-ion battery recycling methodologies in addition to financial and operational benefits. This new relationship provides potential strategic opportunities for Aqua Metals going forward. Look at that chart. Chart. I love that chart. Okay, so let's look at, this is a bit of a micro view. So we have a 1 minute chart. This in the last few days has seen this huge amount of bullish momentum. As we see from the RSI, this is going to signal to investors that this is an overbought stock, which signaled a little dip. Once it started to rally and congregate here, this consolidation allowed it to continue rising. This time, as it was rising, the RSI is actually staying in check, right, staying underneath 70. So this was solid growth up to the tippity top. And I want to understand exactly why it started to dip. Oh, mama. Start here. How's your day today, guys? I'm curious. Drop that in the chat. I'm wondering about if you guys are feeling good, feeling loved, feeling needed, because you guys are all needed. So starting from up here, 660 and 584. Oh, this feels a little bit like deja vu. Dropping from 660 down into the first little dip down to just 20 cents to 640, and then seeing that momentum there. We lose the RSI here. It's not yet oversold, and then we dip further. As we get to that oversold bucket dip underneath 30, that RSI, that means that we are starting to see a small rise, not enough to keep it going. I would say right now this is a solid hold if you had the opportunity. However, the news that just came out, it does indicate that there is going to be a bit of movement, but we currently with it's struggling to try and meet this new level of resistance. It is not currently looking at like a bullish pennant at the moment, so we're not seeing that momentum is quite there in the micro scale. Now let's look at the macro scale. Hello. So in a couple of, all the way back in December, we are noticing that its RSI was off the charts for the longest time. It was constantly above 70. So this was a ride to remember, constantly overbought and yet continuing to grow. So gotta love that chart. Gotta love when it looks like that, when it raises all the way up to where it is currently. You could imagine that there is going to be another wave very similar. There's very few stocks that can ride this kind of wave and then stay consistently at the top. I would love to look into a little bit more DD if any of these exist. Where's Meatball? That's a good point. Meatball. Oh, he's right here underneath. But you should come up. Come on, buddy. He just wants to be incentivized. That's a free non-super chat treat for Meatball for everyone. My buddy Mike just bought AMC Tuesday, 2 million. Dude, Mike sounds like a really cool guy. And his last name sounds familiar too. Hawk? Mike? Hawk? Cool guy. Meatball, what do you think about Mike? I certainly like it. Every media article just talks about GME in past tense. Yahoo just sent me one. Yeah, GME is present tense, future tense, forever tense right now. GME is still alive since 1984. Short sellers trying to scare investors saying it's going bankrupt. Lol. Thank you, Anderson. Keeping it light. Yeah, make sure you lol. Unless you really need that money, why realize the loss? That's a question I ask myself every single day. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Today is great. Thank you, Alejandro, for answering. And now we can get to SOS, just like you wanted. My day is good playing Tarkov all day. What is that? Describe Tarkov to me. That sounds fun. Abelardo says, I've been up since 3:30 a.m. researching AMC 2 million lol, but feeling hyped. Yes. That is a long time to be awake. That is basically like waking up, having the market the market opening hours and the closing hours negotiate your entire life, which is not a bad way to live. I'm not saying you should live any other way other than to smash that like button. We just passed 60 likes, which means you guys need 9 more in order for us to really get hype here. In fact, you know what? Let's have some fun. Every time we reach another 50 likes, we're gonna give Meatball a treat. So let's jump on that like button like no other. Check out Trey's video on HCMC. Wow, the possible risk-reward ratio is crazy. I'm gonna have to look at that right after this live stream, which I could do both at the same time. Wouldn't it be fun if we just watched the video together? DJ Simon says, so I feel like the market is a bubble and is about to explode soon. Be careful. If you do want to have market-proof skills that we want to be able to start building, maybe you want to jump into tech. I released a video about that last night, as well as the entire channel is about different ways you can have passive income and try to become a millionaire in the nearest amount of time possible. I put automatic buy, says Abelardo, into GME totaling 900 shares. Okay, Mr. Bags, Mr. Money Bags, Mr. Bag Holder. We just got 30 more likes. Thank you guys. Limited time, doing good, man. And I'm hyped for the 18th. Never thought I'd be more hyped for a congressional hearing, but not that I expect anything good. But this is another chapter. Actually, you know what? Alejandro, I owe you SOS, but we're gonna talk about that congressional hearing coming up soon. If I can look at GME. And then news, and then where's that congressional hearing? I cannot read it. Oh, here. Wait. Oh, yes. What GameStop congressional hearing will reveal to retail investors? What will it reveal? Are you a retail investor? I hope that's not talking about us, because we're diamond handers here. We're not casuals. 1 month after GameStop shares surged to record levels due to Reddit-fueled trading, Wall Street online brokerage Robinhood and Reddit are facing probes by the Department of Justice, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, and both chambers of Congress. Welcome to the crazy world where the apes are the ones currently in the midst of an actual congressional hearing. During GameStop's 2-week meteoric rise, the S&P 500 dropped a whopping 5% from peak to trough. Wall Street felt the full brunt of the chaos. Hedge funds endured a gut-wrenching de-risking event comparable to the global financial crisis, as retail investors banded together to short squeeze institutional investors. Fortunes were made and lost in hours. As for the now infamous hedge fund, Melvin Capital Management became the poster child for Wall Street's self-help bailout machine. Suffice to say, lawmakers and regulators are paying attention. The incident has also caught the eye of Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Now what? AMC, let me just make sure I'm reading your comments. Bruce Wayne, why don't you stream? Hey. You don't need Bruce Wayne. You got Batman right here. It's funny that I've had my profile description be I'm Batman, Millennial Money Batman for the longest time, and then Bruce Wayne is actually Batman. A House Financial Services Committee hearing about the GameStop trading frenzy scheduled for February 18th will shine a light on the extent secular trends that followed the capital markets to become farcical caricatures of themselves. Someone has a literature degree at Yahoo Finance, using big words. We're still learning things new about what went on every single day. The financial markets can move quickly, Andy Green, Senior Fellow for Economic Policy at American Progress and former SEC counsel, told Yahoo Finance Live. So I think that's why it's really important for investors to be prudent, to be looking for the long term, to be aware of the basics about not borrowing on margin and taking risks they cannot afford. Robinhood will field tough questions. It will have to explain why it temporarily banned investors from trading GameStop and other stocks. If you guys haven't seen that video on exactly what is up with Robinhood, I covered that a couple weeks ago, specifically using actual footage from that interview with the Robinhood CEO, Skinny Adam Driver, or also known as Evil Keanu Reeves. He really does make it pretty clear that he's lying about something. And if you care about uncovering liars, that's something that we can cover in that video. So Random says, hello, if GME gets squeezed again, what will be a realistic price target? I'm assuming that GME is squeezing at this new XRT shenanigan hedge funds that are trying to hide the short interest rate. Like, what is the point of hiding it if it clearly is like, it's kind of like trying to paint over an armored truck with free ice cream. Like, we can see the truck already, so you guys aren't really, there isn't a lot of like room to say, yeah, this is not actually happening. Oh, it's happening. It's 100% happening. Let me make sure I go there. Now you guys can read a little more. Perfect. But the price, I would say I'm continuing to hold, but if it does go above 100, that is going to be the momentum, the big green candle that we are looking for. Exploding call option volume and the leverage embedded therein are accounting for a big chunk of recent run-up in stock prices. Simply handing out leverage to inexperienced traders can be very dangerous. Last year, Robinhood beefed up the educational section of its website, but only after a UK college student committed suicide after misinterpreting his account statement and financial loss. That was a huge story. He thought that he saw a humongous loss, and it wasn't real, and he just misunderstood. So this is why we don't want too many retail investors, too many people who would just paper hand, or at the very least do something reckless and incredibly dangerous after seeing something they don't understand. With the flood of new retail traders opening new accounts, it would be useful to revisit how brokers industry-wide assess customer risk and suitability, and whether or not brokers are actually sticking to their written controls and procedures. Green compares Robinhood's no commission trading to the free services offered by big tech that aren't really free. And that's actually an important detail, is that if you aren't, the clever rule of thumb for any service or anything in life is that if you do not pay for the product, then you are the product, in essence. The cost is hidden, and they're passed on to ordinary users of the big tech sites or other parts of society. So there are hidden costs to a lot of these platforms and free services that we're all going to be paying for, and we need to think about more carefully, he said. Robinhood will also have to explain the margin calls it got from Citadel. We just got 100 likes, which means, Meatball, you get a treat. Every 50 likes, Meatball gets a treat. Every super chat, Meatball gets a treat. Meatballers, Meatball Army, Meatball Gang. We're trying to chonk up my dog right now. No, he's a skinny boy. We run daily, so you're gonna have to catch up. Robinhood will also have to explain the margin calls it got from Citadel Securities. Like most retail brokers, Robinhood uses its users' orders flow to wholesale market makers like Citadel, which is how brokerages make money. If you weren't aware of how WeBull and Robinhood make money, by the way, I would like to shill those links. If you guys have not yet started making the transition from Robinhood to WeBull, it's a good time to do so now. Go ahead and get 2 free stocks when you do sign up, and make sure to get your free BlockFi before the crazy bubble really starts to get it's trading. Bitcoin is trading a little bit sideways for the past week, but it's any day now that it's going to bump past $50,000. Okay, let's keep reading. Almost done. Robinhood will also have to explain the margin calls it got from Citadel Securities. I just read the sentence. In this practice, called payment for order flow, is coming under scrutiny. Wall Street market makers like Citadel paid brokers like Robinhood $2.86 billion for customer orders in stocks and stock options in 2020. The business model needs to be thoroughly investigated to determine how retail investors are indeed being affected by it. There's huge money in this, so the stakes are high. Well, a long time ago, according to Planet Money, it's a really great NPR podcast, but if you weren't aware, before these free brokerages, you had to call someone and then they had to make a hefty commission on your trade, and the cheap ones were like in the double digits, right? You would have to pay like upwards of $100 just to trade like one stock. Nowadays, it's all entirely free, but at what cost? That's what this congressional hearing is going to start investigating. Robinhood and other brokerages claim that they improve the fill price of customer orders when they are matched internally at firms like Citadel, Susquehanna International Group, and Virtue Financial. But last December, Robinhood paid a $65 million fine to the SEC, in part for providing inferior trade prices that cost customers $34 million. So if it turns out that they aren't providing you live prices, if they aren't actually giving you a fair shake, that is 100% of of the fact that you are now paying for a service you thought was free. Actually, it ended up costing you a lot of money because you were buying a stock at an inferior price. It's actually really easy to check. Just look at the price on either WeBull or another stock ticker like real-time report, or honestly even Google has a pretty accurate price nowadays if you just Google the price. If it isn't the same, oh, I just missed a super. Hello, thank you. The One Minds, I've poured over 10 hours at least of Roaring Kitty streams. He only mentioned BBBY, GME, and Tesla, and seemed to suggest that they were the only squeezes. Tesla and GME are true squeezes in my opinion. I haven't really looked into BBBY, but let's do a look. So I owe you guys SOS and BBBY. Thank you for the super. Every super goes to feed a hungry meatball. Let's see. A lot of AB is just going mad in the live stream. I do like that. Don't snow me, the king of the north. How's it going, man? Hold on, you guys are making fun about Vlad. I gotta catch up. Let's look at the live chat over here. Thursday is going to be the big on the squeeze, WallStreetBets, and Robinhood testifying. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be live streaming during that entire process. It's going to be fun to see what Congress has to say. Caught the eye is a weird way of saying received large sums of money from hedgies to have her attack. I like how we have gendered either the hedgies or Robinhood. I won't tell you what my 802 shares unrealized gain was. I don't cry anymore though. Now I'm just pissed. Oh yeah, that's a good representation of all of us right now. Vlad is the metrosexual version of Zorg from Fifth Element. I've never thought about that, but that's totally right. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, 1,600 shares at 21, says QYen. Wow, I didn't realize we have actual millionaires on the live chat. We are in the presence of some smart people right now. Smart people that have been manipulated out of their tendies for far too long. Theo says, imagine seeing life-changing money pass by your eyes and not taking them. It's like winning the lottery and not claiming the money. At some points, especially if you consider riding the wave and teaching the hedge funds a lesson and not paper handing, it's kind of like when you had the opportunity to sell at $400, winning the lottery, and then buying more lottery tickets with it. That's an analogy for some, but in my opinion, we are here for the big squeeze, not the mini squeeze. Oh, thank you for the super. The One Minds. Is it because I'm reading your comments? Oh, the One Minds is the one that supered before as well. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Let us give Meatball another scrumptious gobbledygum. 20 more likes until Meatball gets another mouthful of delicious treats. Someone said I bought BTC at $30. Really? So you are a billionaire. Let's see. Hedge fund, AB hedge fund, hedge shill boomer confirmed. Uh-oh. No whale is going to come for you to... Oh, yeah, AB is in here to rough us up. It's okay. Sanguine, hoping we will come up so you don't try to shoot us down. Patty Randawa says, for the first, it still feels good holding AMC and GME even though it's negative in my portfolio. However, it's about my principles. I won't give up. If you have learned anything from the school of hard knocks that is GameStop, the tuition of which was steep, but I think out of all of it, we've learned so much. And that's why my diamond hands don't feel very heavy at all. AB says, I'm in crypto and biotech. AB, give us a stock recommendation. The One Mind says, I bought BTC at $30, Tesla at $150, GME at $25, and now $50, BBBY at $20. This man or woman or whatever you identify as is a absolute G. And another super chat for Meatball. I really do appreciate that. Spread the wisdom. If you have a YouTube channel, I would subscribe in a heartbeat. Spread the wisdom about how you were able to get in and to get all of those tendies. That's amazing. Meatball is this. Inessa says Meatball is the second cutest dog ever. I love my little Gracie. Show us pics. I want to see Gracie. show us your YouTube channel. Or just join the Discord and then post pictures of your dog. I'm totally down with that. Make sure that you are considering joining part of the Meatball Gang either by subscribing on this channel or joining on the Discord or follow me on Instagram. Either way, you are going to be part of something bigger and getting your daily dose of hopium one way or another. Let's see. Abelardo says, Diesel Power. Diesel Power. Oh, I finally said your name correctly. Crap, I'm late. You're talking about SKT? I have not yet. Let's talk about SKT. You know what? I'm not going to make SOS wait anymore. Let's talk about SOS. So, SOS is moving. It is on the rise. These are the green candles that we're looking for. This chart is so good right now. But it is quite dangerous to continue trying to catch up to a bus that is leaving the station. Be careful, because this is exactly what Sundial looked like a week ago. What we're looking at here in SOS is, let me move my fat face so you guys can see. What we're looking at with SOS is the relative strength index. We are moving way past the safe realm of 70. This is an overbought stock as of right now, and we are seeing that the general case of these green candlesticks is that it looks like it can only go up from here, right? So let's look at exactly how much it has gone up. Seems like it's been up 57% on the 24-hour basis, but if we look here, we see that it started off breaking through at around $2. Am I crazy? No, that's right. This started to pick up and seeing an exponential growth around $3, $3.94, and then the final newest slope increase at the very end of, actually the beginning of today, market open, we saw that it rose all the way up to $6.73. So I would say right now it's a risky buy. It's like trying to buy into Sundial at the very top, but it could have room to grow. This doesn't seem like it is at the end of its life cycle quite yet. We do want to continue keeping our minds on the news as SOS continues upward. The One Minds, thank you for another super. How can I have my own content when deep effing value and yourself are actual real teachers with amazing knowledge? Love the knowledge, bro. You are making my whole day. It really does mean a lot that you are here on the live chat, as well as being generous with the meatball supers. I really do appreciate you coming on the live chat, sharing us with your success. We want the success porn once in a while. It does feel good to celebrate other apes and getting our grats out of the way. Oh boy, AB says he wishes he was making $650 a week for negative sentiment. Well, I'm sure people are still trying to shill. So I guess you're doing pro bono shilling. It's just kidding. We only spread positive energy around here. SKT is on the chopping block soon. Abelardo says, depending on what happens Thursday, could you give us your opinion on what would happen to GME if the court goes in a positive direction and a negative direction? So we've been trying to look for multiple different catalysts that would push GME in the past few weeks, and one of the ones that would have been huge was if Papa Elon decided to invest in GameStop. We saw that there was half conspiracy, half actual data of Tesla being hedged against the hedge funds. Tesla is well known as a very overvalued stock for the time being. It has a huge market cap, but it only sells a few thousand cars, tens of thousands of cars. So doesn't make as much sense in the hedge funds books, which is why when the hedge funds were bleeding money on GME, they decided to get their profits from Tesla. That is the leading theory of exactly how the Tesla stock price and GME were starting to move in tandem. But then one of the things that Tesla could have done to hedge the bets, because if GME goes up, then Tesla goes down, and Tesla goes up, GME goes down, would be to buy into GME and just double down and hedge his bets against GME. And speaking of bets, actually, it's good to talk about Justin Sun, who seems to be down a big amount recently because of his GameStop bet. So let's see. Taha Treat 1, treat 2. Thank you for the treats. Every super comes with a Meatball treat, and it looks like we are 9 likes away from another 50 likes. Let's give Meatball 3 treats in a row. Let's go for it. What's 1 treat? That's 2. Go, Meatball, go. Yummy, yummy. Thank you, Taha. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, but let's cover what's going on with Justin Sun's bet. GME bet. Oh, it's not paying me with a... Oh. I thought it was not hitting me with a paywall, but then it did. This is just an ad blocker paywall, though. Alright, so let's switch it over here. Crypto boss Justin Sun is down $8 million on his GameStop bet. So if you felt bad, let's look at some lost porn from one of the richest people right now in the crypto space, who Justin Sun is a leader of the Tron Foundation, so a big crypto foundation in China, but also he is a big mogul that turned down Warren Buffett for lunch, and he does a lot of fun antics, kind of like an Elon Musk in China. Reveals that he told Warren Buffett to invest in Tesla and Bitcoin. Those seem like the play, which was correct, to be honest. Tesla hasn't really shown whether or not it's a good play or a bad play quite yet. Although I did invest myself. For the holidays, my parents did, so I had to as well, to respect your elders. But then what happened with Bitcoin, clearly we need a whole video about, is the beginning of a beautiful story of our transition into the cryptocurrency economy from the ground up. So this is the time, right? And also because of how Apple and other huge companies are also starting to invest in Bitcoin as well. Just watch this time next year, you are going to be paying for your iPhone 13, 14 with Bitcoin. That's just going to be a fact. Let's look at it. The cryptocurrency entrepreneur Justin Sun is about $8 million on his GameStop bet. The Tron and BitTorrent boss, a protege of Alibaba founder Jack Ma, plowed $10 million into GameStop and $1 million into each of AMC and Silver during a meme stock frenzy. All 3 securities have retreated in recent days. So if you thought you were a diamond hand holder, this is going to blow you out of the water. However, Sun said he didn't plan to sell his GameStop stake, as he believes the WallStreetBets movement marks a paradigm shift in investing. The internet community is seizing some of the power to price assets from big banks and hedge funds, he says. Sun pointed to Tesla CEO Elon Musk as an example of an executive embracing the new status quo. Musk is representative of this meme culture and representative of this new generation movement, he said. Now, don't be fooled, because these are all rich people. So as much as they say, we are here, we are one of you, just take that with a grain of salt if you are thinking about what they are trying to do, which is make money, which makes sense. Sun added that he planned to hire celebrities and artists to boost the appeal of his company's cryptocurrency Tron to this new breed of investors. There you go. The meme is very important in the cryptocurrency world, he said. The Tron boss is best known for paying $4 million to dine with Warren Buffett in January 2020, which now starts to seem like a good investment of his money compared to GameStop. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at all of us because we are going to have the last laugh in a second. Thank you, Nimbus, for the meatball super mochen sup meatballers. And we just got past another round of 50 likes, which means another treat for Meatball as well. Let's go, Meatball. 2 treats for Meatball. Okay. If the famed investor and Berkshire Hathaway CEO had followed the recommendation that day, he would be sitting on a 600% gain on Tesla and a 450% gain on Bitcoin. Sometimes the craziest bets win. Buffett has clashed with Musk and blasted Bitcoin as a worthless delusion and rat poison squared, making it unlikely that he will follow Sun's advice anytime soon. Warren Buffett is the definition of old money, literally in every sense of the word when it comes to this decision. Sun has also compared one of Buffett's most iconic investments to those captivating the newest cohort of investors. Coca-Cola has become Bitcoin, Tesla, at WallStreetBets for the younger generation. Coca-Cola has become you mean the other way around, I think. Coca-Cola hasn't become anything. But yeah, that's a really interesting little bit of tidbit that if you weren't aware, rich people are diamond handers too. All right, I'm missing out on a couple of the chats here. Sanguine says, guys, I hope none of you are on Robinhood anymore. Very, very fair. If you guys are looking to trade up in the world, make sure to click my my WeBull link. This is the app that you're looking at right now with all of these fun charts. It's actually pretty intuitive after you get a little bit of the financial chops, which we are trying to provide you with on this channel, which means if you are one of the paper handers that have not yet subscribed to this channel, you should absolutely right away go on and do that. And with that out of the way, let's keep talking about what people want to see. If you guys have a ticker that you want me to cover, make sure to tell me right away. Thoughts on DFH? Think they'll pass KB Homes? Let's look at DFH. Dreamfinder Homes. Dreamfinder Homes. So let's take, this is the daily mode, so this is going to be a macro view. Let's look at a 1 minute mode, 1 minute cadence. We see a dropping EMA for a long period of time. We are also seeing pretty significant rise. Is this significant? From $23 to 25. Well, that's not necessarily a huge rise. It is down 10% today. I would imagine that this stock currently is very bullish. There's a significant amount of bullish momentum, but it is starting to pass the 70 RSI threshold, which means it is now becoming overbought. So be careful. This stock, I would say, it has momentum slowing down in its EMA, and definitely is down from its the performance it has been doing in the past few months. Good question. AB says Andrew Mo is the only guy making cash off of this Jamie right now with his super chats. That is AB is our essentially our bully that I guess we stand bullies for what they do. He is actually an unpaid shill, so that's unfortunate. Let's see. Paul Stevenson says you should hook up with Matt. He will be on again in a few minutes. I would love to talk about Matt, just like how Matt talked about how he would love to talk to Meet Kevin. I love Matt's streams. If any of you have to hook up with Matt, let him know that I am interested in meeting him and jumping on his live stream. We can, just like he said, we can do dual live streams together. What kind of dog do I have? He is a golden corg. He is a golden corgi graduated from the University of Cornell. Let me toggle timestamps. When did you say Matt will be back? Because I think he might already be back. He might be back in 2 minutes. Undervalued, deep fin value, and his knowledge. Meatball, says Dave Spain. Let's see. Meatball's gonna be the fattest boy by the end of the month, says Magnus. Meatball's last name should be Tendies. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm liking that idea. Give us a link to Twitch. Oh, sure. It's just twitch.com/Andrew Mo Money. I'm Andrew Mo Money everywhere. Does anyone advanced electromagnetic companies? That's if you have a ticker, I would like to see it. 13 more likes. Let's hook up Meatball. Come on. Let's see. ENVB. Sure, let's go over ENVB. I'll make sure that I haven't missed out any of the other big messages here. Ghost said something. Andrew says just send him a DM on Twitter. I sure could. I could also even just comment on the live chat because I'm afraid to comment on the live chat because what if he says my name on the live chat? I would be so afraid. ENVB. Inveric Biosciences. All right, so let's look again. at the macro scale first. So we have a day trending down dramatically, actually. This graph is a big candlesticks right here in terms of negative momentum. I would say in terms of bullish possibility, it seems like it peaked recently in December. And now it seems to be trading sideways consistently. Let's see if it's any movement today. Yeah, that's not really what we are looking for in terms of, we're looking for generally a bullish pennant upward. So we see higher highs and lower lows. This isn't really what this isn't a good sight to see in the chart business. Let's see if there's any news specifically about it. Inveric Biosciences announces closing of 12.8 million registered direct offering of common stock. Let's see. Boink. Naples, Florida. A patient-first biotechnology company is developing novel cannabinoid medicines to improve quality of life. Thank you for the super. I'm going to cover SENS in just a second. Today announced the closing on February 11th, 2021 of its previously announced registered direct offering of 3 million shares of its common stock at a purchase price of $4 per share for gross proceeds of approximately $12 million. Inveric has also issued to the investors unregistered warrants to acquire 1.5 million shares of common stock at $4.90 a share, exercisable immediately and terminating 5 years after the date of issuance. It seems like this isn't. It seems like this is, if you are already in Inveric, I would say this is a hold for now. Be really careful in investing in it now, especially since the bubble is probably, if the bubble does burst, it would adversely affect every single stock. We have Hylian requests over here. 2 thoughts about Meatball. I am afraid Super Chat may affect Meatball health negatively. What about Meatball Coin? What great questions. Meatball never eats more than he needs to every day. It's just that you'll be able to see him eat. So he has a very monitored diet. Ghost is how the heck did SCKT go to the moon and me not knowing about it, bro? I missed out. FOMO is real. We do not want to miss out. McClay Emmanuel, sorry for butchering your name and also being 10 minutes late to this question. Hello, I have a burning question. If the stock market collapses and or the USD loses value due to inflation, will shareholders be covered for everyone's cash equals delete? That depends on the nature of your investments, right? So a lot of the shares are insured by FDIC, and a lot of and if you did want to have an entire tutorial about how to how realized losses interact with the with your taxes and how you can start write off a couple of the losses, honestly, that kind of information gets a little too technical. I'm not an accountant. I'm also not a financial advisor, but you shouldn't be afraid of the bubble bursting. You should just be wary of it, because as we've seen, anything past the Great Depression, it has actually just been a blip, even like barely recognizable on the grand scale of the market increasing. And like the catchphrase of some great investors, it seems like the market only goes up. Taha says, I sent an interesting DD on GME in the Discord. Can you check it out? It doesn't let me send the link in the comments. Sure. Speaking of Discord, I have, I believe I have a shout out from one of you that is trying to put together a parody song and needs volunteers. Flogart says, hold on a second. I'm working to facilitate this song. Hold on, I just want to make sure that I actually fully understand what he's requesting here. So, Flogart says, I have some lyrics, Queen cover songs, that I'm hoping will be good morality and OBV all our fellow diamond hands out there. However, I'm not a singer and I don't have the option to get it recorded, but a few people who've seen it encouraged me to try to get it recorded for all us people. I am reaching out with the hope that in case you think it's a fun gimmick, maybe you could make an announcement for a singer who can record stuff. I made a comment about in a YouTube channel about hedge funds starting phony fire alarms. Oh yeah, that's right. So Flogart, here are the lyrics. We will stonk you. Melvin, you're a fraud. Make a big play. Cheating Wall Street. Gonna cover your shorts someday. You got stonk on your face. You big disgrace. Shorting GME all over the place. So if you are a singer, reach out to me and I will connect you to Flogart. And let's make this song a reality. If you also are looking for some swag to go along with your song GME to the Moon, we have 15% off. It's not my shirt. I'm just an affiliate for the kind of quality meme content here. This feels good. I went to sleep in it. I'm still wearing it. I'm pretty gross. But also, someone else sent me a message. Who said they sent me a message? Flogart. Well, what message did you send me? Send it to me again. Oh, I believe I just got another super. Nope. Yes, I did. Ken Fabio says, yo, thoughts about SENS? I believe, I still haven't talked about it yet, sorry. But this is a super for Abelardo. Thank you for giving Meatball the treats he deserves. Gobble, gobble. Matt's probably back on, so that's why a couple of us are probably interested in hearing what he has to say. Once again, Matt, if you are watching, I like you. Let's do something together. Please check out You or Unity. Not sure if you'll see this, says Top, but I don't know why your chat always frozen to me. When I watch other streams, the chats ain't frozen. Oh yeah, it's because this chat is on the left, and the actual live chat is on the right, I believe. That's a good point. But I did see your comment, of course. I'm trying to read all of it. 310 Tech Repair says, oh dang, you actually looked at it. Thank you so much. I'll super chat when I get paid. Heck yeah. No, of course. There's never a pressure to super chat. It's just for Meatball to get a couple of treats. Let's see. How do you think KODK will do with the news of no wrongdoing with government loan and stock manipulation and switching to producing generic drugs like HCQ? Will it ever get out of 20? And Daedalus Dream Journal, hello, I love this guy. Also hoping you'll talk about how to analyze time series, especially in the context of this, studying these at the moment. What's up? Glad to see you're still, to see you here. Getting that good data science juju. Join Matt. Yes, I would love to join Matt. LDI, so we have LDI, we have BNGO, we have SENC, which is going to have to go first. Tony says, please educate me on the connection between XRT and GME. That's going to come out in a later video today. Okay, how do you think KODK will do with the stuff? So KODK, so SEN sense first for the super. Let's see. So we're seeing in the micro scale, huge jump on the 12th upward. There must be some sort of a news article that I can read here. As we see a lot of bullish momentum here, probably too much because it's being, according to the RSI, overbought as we got all the way to the very tippy top. The RSI starts to dip down below, and then we start to see a sideways trading for a long time. Deep dip down below. This isn't really close to how the stocks end up before the breakout. The breakout was around $4. We see a bit of a dip down to $4.79, and now it's trading sideways. Probably good in terms of the RSI, pretty strong. No real overbuying or overselling in terms of the short term. I would say be really careful if you are trying to invest in now. But in general, I think this is a solid hold. Aya Vanden says, do you think electric vehicle stocks will go up with Joe Biden's plans? I do think that. Very bullish on electric vehicles right now. Palantir data analytics company, but came out with its revenue numbers. Revenue was good, but overall missed. What we're looking at here is another super thank you. Taha says, I sent the DD to your Gmail too. I'll look at that instead. Love looking at email. But NIO and Tesla are very bullish on at the moment. Here's another super chat. Checking my email. There's, okay, Zachariah, XRT is being used to hide GME shorts. Yes, that is, we covered something very similar in the very beginning of this live stream, but let's cover it again in detail. From our GME, we're on to something here, boys. Notice how the massive drop in GME shorts correlates exactly with the peak short of XRT, which was shorted over 800% of float that day. Hedge funds bought to cover their GME shorts while simultaneously shorting XRT, which is an ETF that contains GME. They bought long positions in all stocks contained in the ETF to stay net short GME. They did not cover. This is the big headline to understand. You have to make sure. I swear, I don't eat breakfast. I just have a lot of pauses I need to take. Disclaimer, I'm long GME, obviously. Edit. The point of this is not to buy XRT. The point of this is to say that they're shorting XRT as a middleman to hide their GME shorts. GME is still very much the play. Read the linked threads for more clarification. Edit 2. For those concerned about XRT's short percent drop from 800%, XRT shorts have actually increased since then. This means that XRT increased float instead of decreasing short interest. If you're considering buying GME today, I would look for a dip around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. E3, edit 3. Do not buy XRT. These hedgies might pump XRT and AMC this week, hoping the apes here are truly dumb. GME is still the play. Buy low, sell high, and right now GME is low. Hedge funds have read this post by now. Be aware. So let's look at this picture. So the small dip in the SI shares and then right back up to where it was before. Look at the picture of Bloomberg terminal of XRT in this link. GameStop. Oh boy. Position ETF. Okay, so I have a workaround. XRT is an ETF that tracks micro Russell stocks. GME is 20% of it. Buy out of the money options on XRT, and the brokers will have to buy GME. Bam! There you go. Let's take GME to the moon. But be careful. Do not buy XRT. Is the main point. Morgan Stanley message. Check out this coming from Morgan Stanley. But what I have been saying, focus on GME, nothing else. I cannot stress this enough. GME will be Volkswagen back in 2008. Well, this is from 15 days ago. New data shows that hedge funds degrossing reduction of both longs and shorts last week was the biggest since March's COVID plunge, which caused the biggest risk-off selling since 2010. This week's market direction will again be driven by GME if up market sells off. Let me make sure that I'm reading y'all's messages. Daedalus responded, thanks. Just as a side note, I'm lagging backwards in time watching the video. There's a lot to cover and I missed a lot arriving late. Thank you for going back in the time machine. JL, GME volume just jumped 5 million in 10 minutes. GME, where are you? Wow, volume analysis. Oh boy. Huh. That is a huge jump. I wonder what this could mean. This is actually pretty big news. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. JC says, hi Andrew, how can I get motivated to complete my computer science degree? I love technology and everything about new advances in technology. I'm struggling in trigonometry and C++. Do you mean, are you learning trigonometry so that you can learn calculus, so that you can learn machine learning? I don't think you need to learn trigonometry. So if that's what you're worried about, just take it if it's a requirement and then get over it. C++ honestly is a language that is good for engineering and building for a lot of companies, but a lot more companies are starting to move into Python. So, and analytics have always been Python heavy. So I would say that if you can find some classes that are taught in Python instead, that could be good motivation to complete your CS degree. But more power to you. It's going to be a great investment in yourself. Stock market bubble proof. Let's see. JL says, oh wait, I've been jumping likes, 175 likes. Once you get to 400 likes, you got to give Meatball some epic to make some room for more snacks. Okay. I'm probably not going to do that to Meatball. Enjoying the stream says, why was this held for review? Mo, check CCIV. Just jumped like crazy. Sure. That's what I'm looking for. Oh boy, it certainly did. Okay, so be really careful. Right now, if you're chasing after a runaway stock, this is currently oversold. Oh boy, just updated as we speak. Big candles, very oversold at RSI of 93. I wonder if there's any news that just came out. No, 8 hours ago. This is certainly a stock, a stonk to remember. This is something that we covered a few days ago, actually. And if you let's see what Michael Klein raises, $1.6 billion with 6th and 7th SPACs. CCIV continues to rise. Okay, so CCIV raised $480 million in its offering, upsides from the originally planned $400 million. Units trade as CCVIU, and common shares will trade as CCVI when offered. I kept saying CCIV, my bad. Wait, CCIV. Suspended is not trading right now. $1.2 billion in its offering, upsides from an original offering of $1 billion. Units trade as CVIIU, and common shares will trade as CVII when offered. Both SPACs are targeting any industry or business combination with a focus on areas the management team has experience with. Units for each of these new SPACs include 1 common share and 1/5 of a warrant. Why is this so important? Klein has been a strong name in the industry with 7 SPACs now launched under the Churchill Capital name. Klein's 4th SPAC, Churchill Capital Core, is one of the most talked about SPACs currently searching for a target. So it seems like this has been a time coming. It's 2:15, so this was from yesterday. But this seems like it has been foreseen, at least since yesterday. So this is something that we need to cover. We need to catch these stonks before they get out of our hands. Let's see. Hey Andrew says, envious Illyria. Percents are eye-catching, but how many GME shares does this 800% on XRT actually affect? Most importantly, the takeaway here is that none of the numbers are actually meant to signal that any of the shorts have been covered, right? If you are holding onto your GME stock, you are preventing hedge funds from covering their shorts. That is the end of the day. Exactly what is important to take away, right? If you want to continue holding because you believe in the stock or you just like the stock, that is a way to prevent the hedgies from covering their shorts. Jeff says, I hereby dub the hedgies the latter-day anti-saints. That's, oh man, I wish I could pin that comment. That's good. I want that on a shirt, actually. Latter-day anti-saints. That's really funny. Sorry, very late. What's up, Woody? Could you please spend 1 minute on GME? Please, of course. I could definitely do that. GME, again, is currently being, the short percent is actually being hidden in XRT. So here's the 1 minute breakdown. Too long didn't read. XRT is being used to hide GME shorts. XRT currently sits at 190% short float, peaking at February 1st at over 800% short float. So here's the proof. Looking at it right there. We also want to see original thread. So this is from a day ago. Serious researchers needed now. I think I know what happened.
Gentlemen, I rest my case. Notice, if you will, how the outstanding shares in XRT went down dramatically during the spike. That means that the amount of shares that exist decreased. They chopped up shares to get GME out, then they bought GME back and created more, and then shorted the hell out of it. Like I said before about the boys on Wall Street, balls of steel. But while they have balls of steel, we have balls of diamond. I feel like an immovable object has just met an unstoppable force, and they were shorting the piss out of it the whole time. Next on our list is this little gem. A bunch of little tiny charts sent to me by another Redditor whose name I lost. Please contact me if you want credit for this find. Sorry about that. It gets confusing with so much going on. Anyway, in case there was any doubt that the GME spike was indeed causing the ETFs that it is in to move with it, these are all ETFs with GME in them except for AMC at the top. Why does AMC behave the same way? We still don't know. Who would buy? So XRT is shorted 180%. ETFs hold 10 million shares of GME. What I'm looking into next is liquidity. If there's liquidity, it's not a short squeeze. Who would buy GME if XRT got squeezed? If a value of XRT started to significantly diverge from the value of S&P stocks that compose the index, then arbitrators would step in to provide liquidity. In a short squeeze on XRT, where there aren't a lot of shares around for sale, its value would start rising above its NAV. Once that gap becomes significant, arbitrators would start buying the basket of stocks represented by XRT and creating XRT shares to sell priced at a premium. So this is a really good post. In fact, I think oh, hello. Manuel says CCIV to the moon. Buy now before it gets higher. Be really careful, because we're looking at CCIV right now. Is it suspended still? No, it's not suspended anymore. CCIV has just gone from $40 just in the last couple of minutes, essentially, and now it has risen up to 47. This is I believe it rose all the way up to 50 briefly, and now it's gone back down. Look at the RSI. It's a clear report that this is currently an overbought stock. So be very careful if you don't want to be burned, just like Sundial a few days ago. GRT SMTS, they tweeted that an agreement is close. JC, thank you. I've dropped my computer science class more than 12 times already because my professors can even explain. Yeah, professors are really bad at explaining, honestly. I abandoned. I'm currently taking a machine learning course in college. Is it worth to keep striving for it? Of course. Machine learning is always going to be. Machine learning is the next step. It's kind of like saying when people are starting to transition from like horses to cars. Hey, should I drop out of my car creation course? Right? It's an easy investment in yourself to continue working. Let's see. Latter-day Anti-Saints. I think that's so funny. I'm really glad. Could you check Vision Lithium, ABEPF? They just made a major announcement. Sure. ABEPF. Did I say that right? Vision Lithium, ABEPF. Does this look like Vision? Oh, there we go. So Lithium. These are all announcements from 2020. What kind of announcement are we looking for here? It seems like this stock is trading pretty bearish momentum, constantly trading sideways with just losing steam. The RSI reflects that pretty well. I would say that this is likely a stock that is going to continue traversing down this road unless the major announcement, link me to the major announcement. I would love to see that. Let's see. I think there's a merger news about Bloomberg terminal for CCIV. But another 100 now at 1060, pausing buying and holding diamond hand. Let's go. Let us go. Confused about XRT. Doesn't that mean we need to buy XRT? They cover their GME very slowly and short XRT, meaning that GME won't pop. GME, it's an important distinction that we do not want to buy XRT. We are trying to pump XRT and AMC this week, hoping that that we buy in, whereas GME is still the play here. So be really careful. Let's see. GME asks, are super low. Let me hear what my sound is doing. I love to do a sound check. All right. Can you explain to me what computer vision is and why it is important? I think I remember you, Muhammad. But computer vision is the idea of turning pixels in a image and its value, so its position and value, color or any other thing, and then turning that into a matrix or a tensor, and then using that to explain what the using that to identify actual images, or using that to try and forecast or produce images, and that's all part of computer vision. Taha says, I guess we're just going into computer science for some reason. Taha says, I'm in comp sci and biology too. C++ and Java are so difficult and counterintuitive compared to Python, but with Java and C++ manipulating and make calculation to data register in list is way more performant. Yeah, it is essentially a trade-off of readability and interpretability versus being able to actually use highly performing scripts. Now that said, if you are running data pipelines that is just like a daily cadence, there's not a real significant reason on why you would want to build that. Yeah, what's for lunch? Apparently it's something tasty that I'm gonna have to jump off the stream for. But for now, but not for forever, make sure that you jump on the bandwagon with the Meatball game. Make sure that you go ahead and drop that subscribe by the door. Drop that like for that video. I'm gonna feed Meatball retroactively. But for now, but not for forever, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.